controversy, opinion, point of view. This is Prime News.
From divorce custody battles to battling public image after a divorce, and a phone app that takes TMI to a whole new level. They are the pop culture stories we cannot stop talking about. Joining me right now, family law attorney Vikki Ziegler and celebrity publicist and brand strategist Marc. I love you guys. All right, let's talk about some stories from 2011. In fact, stories that are just happening. 2011 was definitely the year for J-Lo's big comeback. I'm talking about Jennifer Lopez. You know her. American Idol, a hit single, a new boyfriend, and by new, I mean fresh out of the womb. And don't forget, J-Lo is in the middle of a divorce that's getting messy. Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony are splitting up after 7 years and a pair of twins. At first, it seemed like the split was going to be peaceful, even keeping a production company together. But now, there may be trouble in paradise. Remember that new boyfriend I told you about? Yeah, he's on vacation with Jennifer Lopez and her children. Vikki Ziegler. Was that a huge mistake on J-Lo's part, having her boyfriend, who's 24 and she's 42, around her kids before the divorce is final?
Carlos, that's a no, no, no. Any client of mine, I would tell them, until it's inked, dotted lines signed by both parties, you do not bring your new love man, and we'll call him whatever you want to do, you know, whatever you want to colloquially call him. We don't do that. You know why? Because you know what? He's mad. He's angry. The husband is mad. You know, Marc Anthony's saying he's younger than me. He may be better looking than me. He may be doing things for her perhaps that I couldn't do.
Wow.
So why would I give her hundreds of millions of dollars? That's the problem.
Wow, Marvette is bringing it. Well, I've heard rumors, because I'm a Spanish man, I've heard rumors that Spanish men can get jealous. Now, his wife, Kim Kardashian, moving on to another story. Kim Kardashian dumps Kris Humphries after just 72 days of not-so-wedded bliss. The New Jersey Nets finally re-signed Kris Humphries, and instead of a warm, supportive welcome, oh no, Kris Humphries got booed at Madison Square Garden last night.
Meanwhile, Kris Humphries coming into the game, just signing that new deal, and here's the booze.
Okay, so Knicks fans don't have, you know, too much love for Nets players, but still, what did Kris Humphries do? I mean, he got dumped. He's the victim. But Kris Humphries was just voted the most disliked player in the NBA, unseating LeBron James. Unbelievable stuff. Marvette Brito, should Kris Humphries be thanking Kobe Bryant right now? I mean, Kobe's divorce has got to be stealing some of the divorce headlines in Hollywood.
I think no one wants to be booed, and I really don't think that Kris Humphries entered this marriage thinking that it would soil and taint his own brand equity once he was no longer in it. But I think consumers and fans just feel duped. They feel lied to. Hopefully his good play will turn all of that around.
Yeah, what I think is funny is that, that 3 of the top 5 guys in the most hated guys in the NBA are in divorces. You have Kris Humphries #1, you have LeBron #3, and you have Tony Parker #4. So if you get divorced in the NBA, and especially if it's to a really hot woman, they're gonna hate you, basically. All right. So, but Vikki Ziegler, I mean, can you believe that Kris Humphries, a guy that, you know, basically is, I don't know, he just looks kind of dopey on the show. He's not doing bad things to Kim Kardashian. Does he deserve this kind of booing from the crowd?
No, I really don't like anybody being disrespected for anything. I mean, listen, you don't really know what happened in their marriage. We're all still asking questions because their marriage for 72 days failed. So, you know what? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's a good thing. Obviously, he's not winning personality competition right now. However, I don't feel sorry for him. Didn't he just sign a contract, Carlos, for $8 million? Yeah. I mean, he's doing really well, and nobody really knew him before he married Kim Kardashian, quite frankly. So I don't really feel that bad for him.
I know, that's a great point, too, by the way. You know, he worked his butt off this summer trying to, you know, re-sign with somebody. He re-signs with the Nets for between $7 and $8 million, a 1-year deal. What I want to know is, Marvette Brito, you're a basketball fan. You know celebrities. Who do you think, whose career is going to last longer? Kim Kardashian's or Kris Humphries?
Well, you can't dispute that the Kardashians have really built an empire, lasting and really burgeoning outside of the genre of reality TV. Kris Humphries is not someone who many people knew before he married Kim Kardashian. So it's really hard to speculate who will sustain, but I do believe consumers will really soften up on him once he just returns to his play, and he's disassociated with Kim Kardashian. I think he'll you know, fall back into the good graces of sports fans.
I honestly, and I hate to say this, I think Kim's going to last longer. I think Kris maybe's got 3-4 years left, and Kim will be around for a while. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing with me, Vikki. All right. So let's say you're some dude at a bar, all right? You convince a hot girl you're talking to at the bar to come home with you. And, you know, one thing leads to another, yada, yada, yada. You know what happens next. What do you do, you know, after? Apparently, you check into the phone app I Just Made Love and brag about it to strangers. That's right, forget high-fiving your buddies or putting a notch in the bedpost. Now you can let the world know you aren't a pathetic loser with this new app. I say you are a pathetic loser if you use this app, but this app apparently has already recorded 200,000 acts of love. Vikki Ziegler, an app that says I just had sex is nothing sacred.
Oh my gosh, the institution of marriage. And we're hoping that these are people that are actually having either intimacy with somebody that they know, that they're dating, or I don't even know if they're married. So from my perspective as a divorce attorney, I'll probably be using that in a court of law to show people cheating. So I think people have to be very careful who they're using it with, okay? That's like their megaphone, who they're having intimate relations with. Not a good thing, not really personally something that I would ever do.
I love that Vikki Ziegler hears a story and goes, ooh, a research tool. Marc, if a man had relations with you and then grabbed his BlackBerry and got on I Just Made Love, the app, what would you do?
First of all, that would never happen to me because you have to be wise in your you know, decision of who you choose to engage and
the man
be
would
with.
be exhausted, obviously, of course.
But you really just have to be very, very careful with who you engage. I think it's too much information. It really blurs the lines between public information and what should remain private between two people.
Vikki Ziegler, can you imagine anyone that you would ever be interested in doing this?
Oh, my goodness. No, 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 no. Come on. You know what? You want to date people that are like-minded, that are smart, that are discreet, that don't want to tell the world what you're doing. You have to be so careful in today's day and age as to who you're dating, what you're doing. Carlos, I know you would never be with anyone that would be on this app and using it either.
I would just be happy if somebody would admit having sex with me. All right, guys.
Oh, yeah, maybe not.
I'm like, you want to tweet about it? No, you don't? You sure? Facebook? Nothing? Sure? Nothing? Really? Okay, fine. Guys, stick around, because we're going to talk next about Taylor Swift getting banned. You heard me. It's not what you might think. A new ad featuring... Welcome back to Prime News, and by the way, only on Prime News can you have Jennifer Lopez, White Castle, and Taylor Swift in the same graphic. They're pop culture stories we're talking about. Our next few will make you want to sing and maybe grab a burger and a beer. Back with us right now, Vikki Ziegler and Marvette Brito. All right, guys, let's discuss some stuff, shall we? Now, we know all the superstar singers out there, you know, are doing well. But singer Taylor Swift, she's perfect. She glows. She wears sparkly dresses. She might have some problems with her boyfriends, but still, other than that, she's perfect. But not so fast. Take a look at this ad. Apparently, she does not really look like this. At least her eyelashes don't. A UK watchdog group demanded the ad for mascara be pulled because of excessive photoshopping and false claims about the mascara. Marvette Brito, you're a brand strategist. Should Procter & Gamble, the manufacturers of the CoverGirl mascara, have known better?
Well, you know, the lines are really blurred between advertising and feeding the aspiration and escapism that consumers feed into. So I think you have to really be careful not to be misleading, because consumers buy products hoping that they can achieve the same results. So you don't want to sell aspiration or an image that the customer can never achieve. So I think that you really have to be careful with young girls or women of any age thinking they can go home and look just like Taylor Swift. So I think that they were smart to pull the ad, because obviously it was proven that they could never achieve the same results with that product.
And Vikki Ziegler, you know, I was an entertainment reporter in Hollywood for like 8 years, and I did a bunch of red carpets, and you're interviewing these stars, and you're like this close, you know, next to their face, and then you go, and I'm not going to name names here, but you see them in an ad for, you know, moisturizers, and they look perfect, and you're like, that's more CGI than an avatar. So what I want to know is, like, is there a chance that there could be lawsuits for false advertising because they don't look like that in real life?
Absolutely. I mean, listen, there's a legal standard for advertising. There's a truthful and accuracy picture that you need to portray. And when the picture underneath says that the eyelashes have been photoshopped and enhanced, they really aren't selling the goods that she's promoting, that Taylor Swift is promoting. 2 times longer lashes and 20% lighter mascara. That's what people are buying because of that ad. It's the depiction of the photo. And if that's not actually what these people are going to get by using that product, there could be a problem. That's why they took it down so quickly, Carlos. They knew that they had a major issue. And eyelashes are a big deal today. We all want long eyelashes. So if these products aren't really promoting what they can actually do, then you know what? You can't really say it. You have to be so careful because young people today are buying these products. And the reason is, number one, they like Taylor Swift. And number two, they think that the product is going to work. Yeah,
and by the way, if you're looking to, look like a 19-year-old like Taylor Swift, the best way to do that is to be 19. I mean, there's no magic out there that's going to, I could look like I'm 19 again. All right, now Taylor Swift might be banned, guys, but music that should never be banned? Hall & Oates. Oh, I love you, John Oates. Are you feeling down? Are you feeling a little stressed during this holiday season? You know what will brighten your day? Dialing up and sitting back and listening to a little Hall & Oates Man-Eater.
Welcome to Call & Oates, your emergency Hall & Oates helpline. To hear one-on-one, please press 1. To hear Rich Girl, please press 2. To hear Man-Eater, please press 3.
She'll only come out at night, lean and hungry time. Nothing to do, I've seen him before.
Oh, Vikki Ziegler, what I want to know is that heaven or what? But there's no option 5. I can't go for that. It's not on the list. That is blasphemy. But Vikki Ziegler, is it great that we have this in our world, a Hall & Oates hotline?
Let me tell you, it's bringing back my roller skating days. I have to tell you, I love Hall & Oates. I think it's fantastic. I'm sure you probably know what I mean. We're probably in the same age category.
Sure.
But I don't look like Taylor Swift. I'm not 19. I think it's great, and I think these things are going to pop up all over the place, Carlos. I love it, and I think we want to get away from our humdrum and our daily lives, and we get to hear the music that we want. Perhaps if you don't have your phone handy. So I think it's great.
Why does the Call & Oates Twitter page have Hall with a big mustache? That's terrible. You should not have that mustache. Marvette Brito, if there's a number that you could call and listen to any music that you wanted to listen to, what would it be?
I think it would probably be Mariah Carey. I think she makes festive music for every occasion and every mood. And I think that really she makes timeless classic records. So for me, it would have to be MC.
Wow, a little bit of Mimi. A little bit of Mimi hotline for you. I like that.
Yeah,
I would have to
Mimi. Mimi has music for everybody.
I would have to go with Prince. You got the look. I get that going. Maybe some Beastie Boys. Vikki Ziegler, who would you like to call up at any time and get you in a better mood as far as artists go?
Oh, I'm going with Kanye West. We want prenup. We want prenup.
Wow.
You knew I had to say that.
Marvette, Vikki is ghetto. I dig that about you, straight from the streets. I love that about you. I myself am from the cul-de-sac. All right, real quick, before we go to the next topic, I just want to go back to that hotline real quick with Hall & Oates. Can we go back to the hotline real quick? Take a listen.
Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes.
That takes me back to my high school days when we would just go out and have a good time, maybe stop by, I don't know, White Castle and have some fun, and that moves us to our next story. White Castle hamburgers, those square little hamburgers that have inspired more devotion than In-N-Out burgers. I mean, seriously, In-N-Out's great, but if they had a movie dedicated to them, I don't think so. I'm talking, of course, about Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Yo, check it out, we're almost there.
Thank God, I'm starving.
Hello, New Brunswick! You know? Yeah, we need some tunage for this.
Presets, use the presets.
Oh, come on, dude, your whole life is preset. Try something new.
Where is this place? Isn't it supposed to be right around here?
Yeah, chill, we'll find it.
Wait a second, is that the multiplex?
Yes, sweet. That means the White Castle should be right around the corner.
Oh, well, now a White Castle in Indiana wants to serve alcohol. Sounds like White Castle devotees can look forward to a very happy new year. Marvette, if this gets passed, does this simply cut down on the time? Now you can get drunk while at White Castle instead of getting drunk before you go to White Castle.
You know, I think it's smart. I think it's really important for brands to recalibrate and stay progressive. It'll help you, first of all, differentiate from other brands and competitors in your same space. And not only that, you're always looking for ways to satisfy and feed new consumers. So I think it's smart. No other fast food chain has done it. And if it's successful, I think you'll find others following White Castle's lead.
Marvette Brito, I'm sorry to tell you, but Wiener Schnitzel in L.A. serves alcohol, all right? So if you go to a Wiener Schnitzel, they have alcohol.
Really?
I know this because I like to go to Wiener Schnitzel and get a corn dog and a beer. Vikki Ziegler, do you think this will inspire more people, especially to go to this Lafayette, Indiana location where there's now beer and wine sold at a White Castle?
Yeah, I have no idea why it hasn't been done before, quite frankly. One goes with the other, and you exactly said it. People are drinking and then going to eat. Why don't you get the product there? You're making more money and have people actually enjoying the food while they're having, you know, kicking back a beer. So I think it's a great, great brand extension. I think they may need some security because people can get rowdy after they have a couple of drinks and eating, you know, start to eat White Castle. But all in all, I think it's probably going to be a win, and it'll probably trickle on throughout the country as perhaps an epidemic, because I think there's nothing better than that. If they add some football and some TVs, I mean, it's a home run.
10 seconds, Marvette Brito, what's the most White Castles you've ever eaten in one sitting?
Probably 2. I'm not a big fast food eater.
Vikki Ziegler, how many have you got?
Unfortunately.
Oh, more?
5.
A lot more? Oh, wow. All right, fine. Up next on Prime News, guys, thank you so much. A look back at many moving military reunions from 2011.
If you were here